Hello, this is Julia Davis of Finchley Yoga and Yoga Teachers Forum, and I'm here with Sanne Stoll, and she's going to be sharing her sound healing session with us at the Yoga Teachers Forum this month, and I'm here to have a little chat with her about that. So Sanne, could you tell me a little bit about your yoga life and where it started?
Yeah, so I've always practiced yoga from a very young age, but I wasn't really into it until maybe about 4 years ago, where I decided to commit to a regular daily practice. So I would, practice every day, and then I decided that this was something that I wanted to do. So I left my job in the government and just bought a ticket to India and did my yoga teacher training, which was about a year or so ago now.
And what about sound healing? How did you come to practice sound healing?
So once again, when I was younger, I used to practice playing instruments. So I used to play drums and bass guitar and things like that. But then as I grew older, I kind of moved away from music. And so when I was during my yoga teacher training, there was a sound bath that we were all part of. And I spoke to the teacher, and he had an actual music shop in Rishikesh in India. So I went down to the music shop, picked out some singing bowls, happy drums, a few other bits and pieces, and then just started practicing. So whenever I didn't have a class during my teacher training, I was practicing just playing music, and then started adding it to my actual classes that I was teaching during my teacher training, and it sort of worked well together. And so I continued practicing every day.
So the classes that you teach at home, back in London, do you incorporate sound healing into every class?
No. So there are different classes where it's kind of not, I wouldn't say it's something that I would do, because it's more of an intense class. So if I'm teaching vinyasas or Ashtanga type of classes, sound healing isn't something that I do. But when I'm doing my slower, more restorative classes, yin classes, I do a few yin workshops with sound healing. That's when I bring in the music, because I believe that the music is quite healing in itself. The sounds that each sound makes, each bowl makes, is all connected to the body. And I find it's really healing. So actually, when I went out and practiced the singing bowls and everything like that out in India, I actually did a course out there in between two of my trainings. I did a big weekend course on sound healing, and at the time in India, I had feeling very nauseous, obviously because of the food, and a friend of mine were both doing this course together, and then she started doing sound healing on me. And so I was lying on my back, and she was doing the area around my belly. So she had the bowls just sitting above my belly and just lightly tapping it. And I had completely gone out. So I was in some sort of la-la land. But as soon as she started working around the belly, I got up and I had to throw up. So it helped me. After I threw up, I felt absolutely amazing. So I felt like it healed my stomach or my nausea while I was out there. And that's when I really started to believe that this does help with the vibrations in the body. Most of us, we're all water, most of us. So just having the healing vibrations of the bowls, I definitely believe helps. And I do it in most of my yin classes and things like that, but also a lot with my private clients. So I have a lot of private clients who may have leukemia or other illnesses and things like that. And I use the mixture of sound healing as well as Reiki to help them. And, they definitely see a difference. So that's kind of why I want to share it.
That's great. Actually, when you talked about nausea, the first thing that came to my mind was if you're pregnant and you're feeling nauseous. Have you ever used sound healing for pregnant clients?
Not for a pregnant client, but I have done it for someone who just had a baby, and it was quite healing for her. I actually did it with her and her baby. so she was lying with the baby, and I performed. I had the bowls all set around her, and she absolutely loves it. So I see her still, actually, maybe every month now, just to keep it going. So yeah.
Do you find when you're using the bowls that it helps you at the same time? Does it have a healing effect on you while you're using them?
Definitely. So I've always been someone that struggled with meditation, and sitting still and finding that time to just focus inwards. So for me, using singing bowls, using the happy drum, I find it really meditative. So I feel that I'm so present in the moment when I'm utilizing these instruments, that yeah, I find it's healing for me. It goes so fast. I'll be doing one and I feel like I've just done a sound healing session for 5 or 10 minutes, but it's been, 45 minutes or an hour, because I'm so in the zone when I'm doing it. And I definitely find that it's healing for me, because I'm not thinking about anything. I'm just literally thinking about what I'm doing right now. So definitely has helped me stay quite present.
And do you practice with the sound bowls when you're not with clients? Is it something that you'll sit by yourself and have a play?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, time permitting. I am very busy. I teach full time. But when I do have some time by myself, I will set them out and just play with them. I used to also play with them around my pets as well. So it's quite fun. But yeah, I mean, I try and do as much as I can for myself. Sometimes I'll just place one bowl on me and just use one bowl, as opposed to having all the bowls out as well.
Wow, well, you've given me a really, it's a small taster, but it's a beautiful taster. And I think the next step that we need to take is actually to experience the bowls themselves. And the way that we'll be able to do that is at the session that you're running at the Yoga Teachers Forum on the 26th of June. And you'll be with us 1:30 till 3:30. And you're planning to bring quite a selection of bowls with you to the session?
Yeah. So I'm going to be bringing, because it's just a small session, I will be bringing my Tibetan singing bowls. So I'll bring the whole chakra set. And I'll also be bringing the happy drum as well. And so that combination tends to work a lot with me. There are other instruments that you can use, but I want to be quite basic at the beginning to just let everyone know the fundamentals of how to use the bowls. And even if they don't have the full set, that even if they have one bowl, that is okay, and I can show them how to use just the one bowl, and how and where it fits in a yoga session, or if you're doing a personal private session, how you can use one bowl as opposed to a whole set, because I know that not everyone's going to have a whole set. So yeah.
That's great. So aside from at the Yoga Teachers Forum on the 26th, where can people find you if they want to look you up and find you? Where can we find you?
So it's very, very hush-hush at the moment, but there is a new studio opening up in South London, and I will be teaching 2 classes there. One will be more of a faster paced class, and then I think there will be Thursday nights where I'll be doing yin yoga sessions. Also, I'll be doing some workshops. I've just had a friend who has completed her teacher training in Bali, and we're planning on doing a few workshops around London. So if you want to know more about that, I would suggest staying tuned to my Instagram and my Facebook page, where I'll be putting all the information up about that.
And is that just your name, your Facebook page? Is that your name?
Yeah, just Sunny Storm, yeah.
Great, lovely. Well, thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you later on this month.
Yes, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.